Hi, I'm Stefan from Slim's Detailing and welcome to our Supplier Showcase.
I'm Matt from Angelwax and today we're going to be taking you through the Angelwax Enigma range.
Right Matt, so first thing we're going to do is Angelwax specify.
Yep, that's right.
Okay, what's the dilution with this then?
If the vehicle's like it is now, not very dirty, then we're okay with our 1:9 ratio. If it's a lot dirtier than that, then you can always up that. But if it's really dirty, then you would start with the cleanliness, which is a citrus pre-wash.
Okay.
But you don't need to do that on this vehicle, it's fine. So
Okay.
all you need to do with this one is put about 1 part in, so I would fill it to about here,
Yep.
and then there between these 2 marks,
Yep.
and then put some water in, just enough for the vehicle. You don't want to dilute too much that you're left with left over. You can't pour it back in because you've already diluted it. So just try and make the correct amount that you need.
Okay, makes sense.
There you go.
Right, so nice even layer. How long are we leaving this on for, Matt?
Leave it for a few minutes. What you want to do is make sure the dirt's all lubricated and it starts pulling it down to the ground, and then after a few minutes then you can start rinsing. Be careful in hot sunlight, so bright sunshine, when the sun's out it will dry it quicker, so just be careful with your timings. A day like today, it's quite cool, you can leave it for a few minutes and then rinse.
Okay. Right Matt, so Bilbrey oil cleaner.
Yep, ready to use version, 500 ml.
Ready for use. So you do larger sizes in this?
We do a 1 litre refill pack, and we do a 5 litre refill. The 5 litre will last you for years, because with this one you would only use the measuring guide. You would only put a small amount in and then top it up with water. This product does need water to activate it, which is why when anybody does buy a 1 litre, they don't get a trigger spray with it, because it won't work. It does need water to activate it, which is good. It's a really economical product, very thrifty. It's also safe for chrome wheels, but what you must do to that one, it is a 10:1 dilution ratio. Small amount, plenty of water, and it's safe on chrome. But with any cleaning product, always test in an inconspicuous area just to make sure it's going to be compatible. And that is the original Bilbrey wheel cleaner. This is where all the Bilbrey craze started back in 2007 when we formulated that particular product. So, and it's because of the smell. It's the most persistent smell that you get through a wheel cleaner.
Okay, so liberally spray out.
Yeah, plenty of spray. Just go for it.
As well?
Yeah, you can spray it around the tyres. It's always good to clean the tyres, because later on we are going to coat the tyres with a protector. Lovely.
Okay. So leave for.
No, you can just go straight in with it.
Enigma Shampoo.
Yes.
Explain to me about this, please.
Very clever, nice little shampoo. It's SiO2 based, and it does form part of the Enigma range. So this is where you'll start. So once you've done your snow foam, you've cleaned your wheels, and you're ready to do the wash. 3 to 4 capfuls into a bucket of nice clean water. Give it a whiz round. Even give it a blast with a pressure washer. Get the foam going. And this is a standalone product. So once you've actually washed the vehicle with it, if you wash the car every week and you don't put any quick detailers on, you don't do any waxes, you'll start to see the water behaviour on the vehicle change. And as the layers build up, you'll get an SiO2 protective layer on the vehicle.
So weekly maintenance, added protection each time?
It will do. It'll just start to build up.
Okay, perfect. Should we give it a go?
Yep, give it a go. This is our Enigma All In One. This is our ceramic infused all-in-one hybrid compound, and this will correct, it will refine, and it will polish all in one go.
Okay, so now we're going to go through the Enigma All In One, and we're going to have a little polish of this wing here that we've safely masked off. Looking through the scan grip light, you can see we've got a few scratches there, Matt. But
yeah, this will take it out, no problem.
Nothing too major, but gives us something to look at.
Okay, no problem. Right, first thing with this, give it a bit shake.
Okay. So we've got a new pad here as well.
Brand new pad, what you're looking for, 4 P-spots on a new pad.
Okay.
And then once you start working the compound and you come back for more, then you just need to do 3.
Okay.
You can also prime the pad if you want some quick detail, that's entirely up to you.
Okay. So we've done 4 or 5 passes. Okay. A bit buff off, let's have a look.
Let's check that with the light.
That's scratched down.
Yeah.
So a bit more attention paid on there, and we'll get that out straight away, really, won't we?
The flake's really starting to pop though, isn't it?
Yeah.
We've actually gone on to
It felt quite smooth as well.
Yeah.
With a new pad, it felt quite smooth when we were working along with it.
Yeah, this one is as with all the compounds, they're diminishing abrasives. So they basically the microcrystals within the compound, they break down. So as they start to correct the paintwork, they just keep breaking down all the way down to a fine finishing polish, and all you're left with at the end is a haze to wipe off, a bit like a wax really. By the time you've finished, there's no dusting with any of our compounds, and with all our compounds less is more. If you over apply and soak the pad with the compound, it won't work.
It needs to be broken down.
Correct, yes, and less is more. So the next time you pass, you'll put on 3 P-spots, obviously work the panel, and then just machine that off as well, and the scratch will come out. It does need to work the panel, and by putting too much on the pad, it won't do it at all. It's as bad as too little.
Okay, and then as this is your all-in-one, this is given a layer of protection also?
It is, yeah. So if you feel this now with the back of your hand, you've got a very, very smooth finish. And that is the ceramic component within this will now be coated on there, but you're going to hit it again, and you'll just keep doing it, and you'll just keep correcting it, and then the final pass, wipe away, and you've got some protection on there. So if you don't have time to wax the vehicle after you've used this, then it's ideal, because you've got at least something until you can get around to putting a layer of protection on. I would always recommend protecting a panel once you've machine polished it, whether you're going to ceramic coat it. But that panel now is ready for ceramic, it's ready for Enigma wax, it's ready for Enigma Quick Detailer, whatever you want to do to finish off, it's ready.
Okay, Matt, so we had our first set of pass here, so we did notice that we've got a bit of a scratch there.
Yeah, it's right on the angle.
Yeah, so because it's on that angle and there's not much space to work in, I'll switch down to the smaller machine here. So we can just concentrate a little bit more on this area here.
Yeah.
Right, so with this, obviously, we spoke about having that protection. Around 3 months?
Yeah, 3 months. 3 months protection on this one. If you don't put anything on top of it, it will be about 3 months.
Let's have a look, see this scratch.
What scratch?
Exactly, straight out. Perfect. Nice and simple.
Yeah. This is our ceramic wax, as it was just introduced. And this is a SiO2 based product made with a nano ceramic dispersion. Thin layer applied to the vehicle will last in excess of 12 months.
Right, Matt, so we've corrected the panel.
Yes.
Demasked it. It's looking pretty good. Impressed with
Scratch
the
came out
all-in-one.
very well, didn't it?
Yeah, really well. Didn't take much time to come out. So now for some added protection.
Yep.
The Enigma Ceramic Detailing Wax.
The perfect tool for the perfect job, yeah.
Okay, how long is this likely to last on for?
Maintained correctly, easily 12 months.
Right, okay. Right, so quite a long time.
12 months plus. Just maintain it with wash the vehicle with the shampoo, maintain it with the Enigma Quick Detailer, and that wax will protect that paintwork for 12 months.
So we're talking about a light layer on.
Yeah, very light, Small
less
swipe.
more.
Yes, less is more, definitely.
Yeah.
A swipe with the Angelwax wax applicator pad, and then...
Circular motion, straight lines.
That's the way I do it myself, yeah. Circular motion.
Okay, so putting enough on there?
Yep.
Feels quite nice, doesn't it?
It does, it smells nice as well. It's got a lovely marshmallow smell to it.
Yeah, I did notice that.
Yeah. The trick with this one is we use a nano ceramic dispersion when we manufacture this.
Okay.
Now the stuff's not cheap. It's about, last time I checked, was between £1,200–1,300 a kilo.
Oh,
and we
wow,
have to put that into every batch, which is, it's a modest price tag on the Enigma, but it is really well worth it.
Well, 12 months durability for a wax. It's quite a long time. Very good. So yeah, it's coming off nice and easy, nice and smooth.
Yep, very easy wax to work with, very nice wax to work with. It's not unpleasant, it goes on very, very simply.
Yep.
You can leave it for 30 seconds, you can leave it for a minute. Watch your temperature with this one.
Yeah.
A black car like this, not in this kind of environment outside in the sunshine, don't put waxes on or any kind of coatings.
Always work in the shade.
Always work in the shade, and check the temperature of the paintwork before you begin.
Yep.
Because these products, the carrier can flash pretty quickly and leave you with something on that you can't get off. Should you ever have a wax on your panel that you can't remove because you left it too long, you were distracted, the best way to do it, put more wax on your pad, re-wet the coating that you've put down.
Sort of reactivate it again?
Yes, re-wet it and then take it off straight away. Okay. That's how you get rid of waxes that you thought were bonded to your vehicle.
Okay, perfect. Good information to know there.
Enigma QED are SiO2 ceramic detailing spray. Can be used on top of ceramic coatings or bare paintwork.
Okay, Matt, so we put the Enigma ceramic wax on, which we see it's given us a nice result.
Thanks.
So as a maintenance top-up, we can use the Enigma QED.
You can.
Right, so we've washed the vehicle following week using the shampoo and the quick products. Then as a bit of a top-up, spray this straight to the cloth.
Yep, onto a damp microfiber. So make sure the microfiber is damp. Because it's an SiO2 based product and it is a ceramic, it will grab. So by having a damp microfiber, you will be able to apply the product a lot easier.
Okay.
If you do it with a dry microfiber, it will grab and it will stick and the brakes will go on.
Okay. Yeah, it certainly doesn't feel like that with this.
Once you're happy, you've coated the entire panel.
So fresh, dry.
Yeah, clean, dry microfiber buffer, and then just take it away.
Oh, nice and simple.
It's not very simple if you use a dry cloth to apply it.
Okay. Well, that's good information to know.
Yeah. And again, this one is a standalone. If you didn't use the wax, if you didn't use the shampoo, you can use the Enigma QED as a standalone product like the shampoo, and you don't need to use this or the shampoo with the Enigma wax. They are all standalone, they'll all work for you and they will all build up layers. Use the three together and the water behaviour is insane. Okay. It completely changes. So wash with the shampoo. It's important to
know that it's not really so much beading. It's sheeting with these products.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. And that way you don't have the water drop. It sat on there, then the sun comes out and creates water spots.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
makes perfect sense.
Yeah, especially in harder water areas where things are.
Yeah. Quite a high level of life scale.
Yeah. Yeah. Certainly when you're rinsing and washing. But yeah, there you go.
Perfect.
Enigma Elixir is our SiO2 based tyre dressing. A couple of squirts onto an applicator, apply to the tyres, and you're looking at between 2 and 3 months durability.
Right, Matt, so we're going to look at dressing the tyres now.
Yep.
Obviously it's an important part, no one wants a dull, dry, dirty tyre.
No,
So
they do not, which is
give it a
why
good
we
clean
invented
earlier.
that.
Yeah, so we've got the Enigma Elixir.
Yep.
So spray directly onto the pad?
Yeah, always put directly onto the pad. You can put it onto the tyre, but I tend to find that you waste more product by doing that.
Yeah.
So if you soak the pad with it and then just go around the tyre with it. For good measure, I always do 2 applications to make sure you don't miss anything.
Okay, do you do 2 applications at the same time, or do you do all 4 tyres, come back to the first one?
Entirely up to yourself what you do. I don't really find it makes much of a difference, but I would stay with 1 tyre and do that one. And again, be very, very careful if the tyres are warm. You're doing this in the sunshine. Try and get the tyre slightly cooler into the shade so it has time to settle rather than flash completely. And you know, it might be a lot easier if you do it with the tyres.
It's leaving a nice shine, but these are safer tyres. It's not going to rot the tyres or cause any damage.
No, very safe for the tyres on the side walls. Enigma Corolla is our SiO2 based synthetic ceramic trim dressing.
Right, Matt, so now to applying the dressing.
Yep, plastics.
Unpainted plastics.
Unpainted plastics, any kind of plastics, or anything from the mirrors, the mud flaps, this kind of material. Enigma Corolla is absolutely fine for that.
Okay, and then again, microfiber applicator.
Yeah, to prevent any getting on the floor and anywhere else, then straight onto the applicator and then apply. That's perfect.
Okay, and then just make sure you've got it.
Yep.
All over the area you're doing. And how sort of long will this last for, Matt?
That will last for up to around a year.
Okay.
You've just got to make sure the application that you do is a thorough one. Don't miss any bits. I want to make sure that you can give it a buff afterwards.
Okay.
It is an SiO2 product again. It is a ceramic product. It will last quite a while.
It's leaving a nice sheen on this plastic.
It does leave a nice gloss. When you buff it, that will settle slightly, and then you'll be left with a coating.
You're recommending the microfiber pad?
Yes, the microfiber's best because sometimes one of the components within that product will actually go for the foam. So the foam applicators aren't really suitable for that particular product.
Not going to make it slippy or sticky in any
way.
way.
Shouldn't make it slippy as long as you've taken everything off. Again, there's no silicone part of that. Silicones are quite nasty for stepping on side steps.
Yeah.
People do accelerator pedals with them.
It's quite a dangerous thing, that.
Very dangerous.
Yeah.
But yeah, again, this product no silicones within that. And again, with the health and safety that we've done on these labels, you've also got a peel and read aspect, so you can actually peel back different languages. Is all on the bottle as well.
That's helpful.
So maybe.
No, perfect. Looks nice. Finish is good.
Yes.
Doesn't feel greasy. Doesn't feel slippy.
No, it is a very nice finish. And if you really want to, you could layer that on again to give it that more protection. But this looks enough.
Okay, perfect. Happy with that.
Enigma Inferno is our interior ceramic trim dressing.
Right, so Matt, we're now on to the interior side of things. We've got the Enigma Disco Inferno, as I like to call it, the Enigma Inferno.
That's right.
So with this, to spray onto an applicator pad.
Yep.
And then just on plastics.
Yeah, you can use it plastics and fabrics.
Okay.
So if you've got fabric seats, you can spray the seats.
Yeah.
Let it evaporate, let the active component take hold of the material, and you've got a degree of stain repellency and water resistance as well.
Okay.
This is fantastic for plastics because what happens is once you've applied the coat and you buff it, that's it. You've got a lovely SiO2 coat down there that we've managed to put into an interior trim dressing. as well as it's got anti-static properties as well, so it prevents the build-up of dust.
Oh, that's good.
And you've got a UV inhibitor in there as well, which will help protect the seats from fading in harsh sunlight, and the dashboard. It's maybe not too bad of a problem over here, but we do ship worldwide, and we've got some very hot countries that we send this to.
Yeah.
So it's going to be brilliant for their seats, for their upholstery, and certainly for their plastics.
Okay, let's give it a go,
There you
Matt.
go.
So, spray directly onto here.
Yep. And apply.
And apply.
Yeah, this one, we have another interior dressing called Angel, and this one is more advanced because it's ceramic.
Okay.
We've found 1 or 2 users had the issues with the Angel. For example, if they applied too much onto the dashboard and didn't buff it properly, what you would get is a bit of condensation appearing on the windscreen.
Oh, okay.
And another one, because it is completely water-based and very, very safe for interior plastics, when people dress the door panels on the interior with the Angel, if you open the door in the pouring rain, what could happen is it could re-wet itself if they'd not buffed it properly.
Right,
so
okay.
1 or 2 little user
tips there.
User tips, yeah, for using Angel,
Yeah.
which is a completely different one. But if you were to buff this now, you've got a very, very nice finish. And all of our products that we do, we like to put everything back to factory rather than
and I agree.
a wet, glossy appearance.
Especially with interior parts, I'm a firm believer that, you know, if Ford wanted this to be glossy, they'd have produced it glossy.
Yeah, they've painted it.
Exactly, absolutely. So at least we know that we've got a nice level of protection here.
Yep.
And yeah, you can see there is a slight difference, but it's a nice, clean, natural sheen rather than an over-the-top, greasy, messy, unattractive sheen, as I would say.
And with this now, what's going to happen is that coating that's on there will protect it against the harmful rays of the sun, and also protect the build-up of dust with the anti-static properties.
Thanks for joining our first Supplier showcase with our good friend Matt from Angelwax. He's talked us through the Enigma range and some of their fantastic products. I hope you've learnt a lot. Unfortunately, Matt had to catch a plane flight back, so he's had to leave me to do this bit on my own. Please remember to like, comment and subscribe. Leave your comments down below, and me or one of my trusted colleagues will get back to you with an answer. And don't forget, press the bell as a little reminder for our next Supplier showcase. Thanks for joining us.